Chuck on Kyrie Irving. This year is his chance to be a leader. He's missed half the season. He comes out and says stupid stuff like this. I think you got to be concerned if you're the Nets. You're putting all your eggs in these two guys' basket. And if they're not going to be leaders, they're not going to win. Kyrie Irving, one of the most talented basketball players in the entire NBA. But if you didn't know that on your own, and you went off of public opinion of him, you might not know it. Or maybe you would. Because I don't think there's really anybody that denies Kyrie's talent. But there are a group of people that denies what Kyrie Irving contributes to a winning team, a winning organization. We're talking about a player here who had one of the biggest moments and perhaps helped contribute to one of the biggest moments in NBA history. You remember the Warriors, right? The team that was supposed to be unbeatable? Well, those guys got beat. And while LeBron is fantastic and arguably one of the greatest players to ever play the game, he didn't do it by himself. Kyrie was clutch in the biggest way. And you can call it a one-off shot, but Kyrie had a fantastic playoff run, and he elevated it versus the Warriors, averaging 27 points on 46% from the field. Basketball is a team game, and that's a big contribution. Recency bias is real, and people are quick to forget. I think it's ironic. A lot of people originally hated Kevin Durant when he joined the Warriors. He was one of the most hated players in all of sports. Fans and media members alike will tear players apart if they don't have the hardware, but if they go out and they actually join a team, a winning team, and put themselves in a better situation, there are some people that don't like that. Before Kevin Durant got to the Warriors, a lot of people didn't consider him the best small forward in the game. And I mean, when you're going against LeBron James, it's understandable why. But once he got that ring, once he got his hardware, things started to change a little bit. And don't get it confused. I'm not saying Kevin Durant was the best. I'm just saying it became a really real conversation. And look, I get it. He joined one of the best teams of all time. But did he do what needed to be done? Or should he have did what needed to be done when he was in OKC, when he played the Warriors in the playoffs and fell short? Tough. I think it's funny. There was a period when Kevin Durant was legit the most disliked guy in the NBA. And now you could say that that guy is perhaps Kyrie Irving. The media has painted him as the villain. And of course, I mean disliked by the media and the fans, not the players. Despite the reports of turmoil from Boston, I think there's a lot of players that like Kyrie and have his back. Fans and media want players to be transparent and maybe even critical. But if they're honest, even if there's no ill intentions behind the honesty, people will find a way to spin it and make it overly negative. We've seen it with Kevin Durant before, and we've seen it with Kyrie Irving, even just recently. This video, we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving being painted as the villain by the media and by some fans. We will discuss the interview that has everybody turning their heads. But before we go any further, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another GETLIKECOOP video. And that's facts. I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers so I can go full time and bring you guys daily content. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Recently, I've been getting some requests to go over Brandon Ingram's 49-point game and how the Pelicans are 9-3 in their last 12 games. I do plan on doing a video on that, but I'm interested in knowing, is that something you guys would want to see? With Zion Williamson returning soon and his debut getting moved to ESPN, I think we're going to be looking at a team that's going to be really exciting, but also surprising the league for years to come. The refs tried to rob us, but honestly, as a New Orleans sports fan, I'm used to it. With that being said, guys, be sure to follow me on IG, handle GETLIKECOOP. You guys will not want to miss another post. January 15th, the Brooklyn Nets lose to the Philadelphia 76ers, 117-106. The Nets fall to 18-22. The 76ers rise to 26-16. Kyrie Irving scores 14 points. He goes 6 of 21 from the field, and he was a glaring -29 in this game. by far the worst of anybody on the court. He had a bad game, it happens, and despite what many people believe, the 76ers are still a very dangerous team. But of course, I'm not here to excuse the loss or Kyrie's performance. I'm here to talk about what happened after the game. Kyrie Irving would be questioned on if the Nets had more work to do to compete with high-level opponents in the Eastern Conference, while waiting for Kevin Durant to return. Kyrie Irving would answer this: I mean, it's transparent, it's out there, it's glaring in terms of the pieces that we need in order to be at that next level. I'm going to continue to reiterate it. We're going to do the best with the guys that we have in our locker room now, and we'll worry about all the other stuff in terms of moving pieces and everything else as an organization down the line in the summer. It's just something that we signed up for. We knew what we were coming into at the beginning of the season. Guys going down left and right. GT is out. DJ just got hurt tonight. Wilson is coming back. We've got complimentary young guys as well. Collectively, I feel like we have great pieces, but it's pretty glaring. We need one more piece or two more pieces that will complement myself, KD, DJ, GT, Spence, Karras, and we'll see how that evolves. Stephen A. Smith's response?
Damn that we are pieces with. What the hell you talking about? That's why you're there.
Let's just go ahead and say he was disgusted. And as you guys can see, so were a lot of fans and media, an absurd amount. At times, this situation baffles me, and it honestly pains me a little for Kyrie Irving to have to go through this. On the grand scheme of things, to have this many people negatively talking about you is absolutely ridiculous. And it doesn't matter who you are. Yeah, he's an athlete, but he's also a human. When you look at the comments about people saying Kyrie was taking time off, Kyrie was not earning his money. There's a chance Kyrie Irving shouldn't even be on the court right now. It was thought that Kyrie would need surgery. This is somebody that's dealing with a pain when he lifts his right shoulder, shooting jump shots, or at all. He's dealing with bursitis, also a condition that causes joint pain. Kyrie says it's very unique. It's the first time I've ever had such a significant feeling in my shoulder where I'm going up to shoot jump shots and I can't lift my shoulder. This is the same Kyrie that's getting his heart questioned by tons and tons of people. He comes back and the Nets pretty much say forget load management. He plays 32 minutes one game, 37 the next. And obviously we don't know if this will continue, but it's a notable development to say the least. I feel like people have been so overcritical of Kyrie that they see exactly what they want to see when he has a post-game press conference or he has an interview that's not entirely fluff. I'm surprised Kyrie doesn't just show up and say, I'm just here so I don't get fined. But, of course, people would find a way to turn that into something negative also. So apparently from Kyrie, what he said January 15th, he's the worst teammate in the world. Didn't say a thing positive. Come to find, the same night he says, shots were a little short tonight. A lot of my teammates picked me up. They did a great job all night, but I feel like my teammates had my back again. The fact is, the whole interview was not shown, or there was an interview before that does not have everything in it. People want to act like Kyrie purposely left out Jared Allen and doesn't view Jared Allen, of all people, as a core piece of the Nets' future, when the truth is that Jared Allen and Kyrie likely have a fine relationship, especially when Jared Allen has went out to the public before to put on for Kyrie Irving. I mean, would people say the same thing, or did they say the same thing when LeBron said the Cavs need a effing playmaker and it's been a crappy 2017 so far? Maybe they did, but look at LeBron now in Los Angeles. Nobody views him as a bad teammate. And last season, he pretty much got his whole team traded. But of course, that's the nature of the business when you're one of the best out, when you're seeking greatness. Yesterday, Kyrie tried to clear everything up. He said, I reached out to make sure nothing was taken out of context, making sure the guys knew exactly what I meant. Everyone can say if I was in this position, I would have said this. They have no idea because they've never been at this level. So how could you even comment on it? He followed up with, the most important thing is making sure these guys, they have the belief in themselves, and I continue to reiterate that confidence we have as a team. It is going to come down to that in order to be at a championship level, to compete against the West. We need more. Is what it is. Right now, regardless of what you think about Kyrie, I think he has a point. And I think his biggest point is that it doesn't really matter what the media or the fans think. As long as the people in the locker room are good, everything is fine. Once Kevin Durant returns and the Brooklyn Nets start winning again, I think everybody will have a completely different look on Kyrie Irving. And I'm not talking about just winning, I'm talking about competing at the highest level in the NBA. At this point on my channel, you guys should know what winning does. Haters become fans, and well, fans, they hold it down. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now, guys. The Timberwolves are putting together a mega package for D'Angelo Russell to team up with Karl Anthony Towns. You won't want to miss it. Be sure to subscribe. Notice on. I'm GETLIKECOOP, and I'm out.